Hello, hello. Hello, people. So yeah, I'm sorry if I'm gonna be really tired. Just, you know, my daily work life just takes it out of me. So I apologize for just I'm gonna be a little out of it. Never stop working. Never stop. Just never stop working. You know, here I am working. What did I work? I did, well, I guess you could say probably a 10.5-hour shift today. So 10.5-hour shift, and then here I am. I've been home for about, I'd say probably about 40 minutes. I've been home for about 40 minutes. But yes, we are continuing on with the custom digi-evolution line. Might as well bring you up to speed as far as that is concerned. We have, and of course I've named my Digimon as well. So we did the custom Digimon egg. Very cybernetic. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Then I did this little guy. Isn't he so cute? Oh, it's just so cute. His name, or its name, it's not even anything, its name is Teppanmon. Teppanmon is a play on the Japanese word for metal sheet, which is teppan. At least that's what I found out. So I thought it was interesting to kind of play on that wording for metal sheet. So that's what the name of this mon is in Japanese. Metal sheepmon. But I think it's pretty adorable. Definitely just trying to use my Digimon research, and so I used this guy here to essentially kind of get that idea, like, okay, that's what I'm kind of going after, and then here we go. So not too shabby, not too shabby. And then after that we made, so that's the fresh start. After that, I made the... Where is it? Okay. This guy here. And so this is Kuparamon. And Kuparamon, as far as the play on words with this, is when I got done making the helmet for Kuparamon, the helmet kind of reminded me of like a Koopa, right? Koopa Troopa from Mario, and I was just like, hey, you know what, that's kind of that works. And then para is just a play on it, Kupara, so I just was playing with the word, and that's how we got Kuparamon. So Teppanmon, Kuparamon, and then the rookie form, Kamimon. Kamimon. And so far, I'm digging this design. I've been looking at it all day, as you should with any artwork. Once you step away from your artwork, you should come back and just look at it. Would you just look at it? Just look at it and see what you like, what you dislike. And so far, I haven't really seen much of a dislike per se. We still have some things to do, but again, I'm trying to also stay simple. This is supposed to be a rookie, and so the most complex thing is the arms, of which this Digimon is going to have like plasma blades, and that's going to be kind of a theme for the rest of the digi-evolutions. And so this was my rough draft. This was the first draft. So let me bring that up to opacity. So this was like my initial idea, right? That's what you gotta do. You gotta have an idea. I thought I was going to need a bent knee here, and I still don't really know, but I think the stance here is pretty good. I might, what's the word I'm looking for? I might skinny these up a little bit. What is that? Is that the word I'm looking for? Make these a little bit, like the tiniest bit more skinny. I think that would be good. I've been looking at that all day and it's been kind of bothering me. So, I mean, just a little bit of shaving the weight off of the legs there, that rear leg. Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight, if you want to sponsor me, by all means. I like Harbor Freight just fine. I buy a lot of things from Harbor Freight. Very inexpensive tools, and they work just as good as everything else. Yeah. You know, you could spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on just a few tools, and in my personal opinion, most of the time it just breaks all the same. Although, if I were to have a tool bias, okay, here's the divide right here. Here's losing 1,000 subscribers just from mentioning what my favorite tool brand is. And to be honest with you, I don't really have a favorite tool brand. I think for the simplicity of the fact that they have essentially a lifetime warranty on their tools. I've worked with them a lot. I've never had issues out of this brand. And so I would advocate for it a lot, and probably a lot of people would not. I don't know. Which would be Craftsman. That's right. Oh boy. Oh boy, there we go. I could see the subscribers floating away. Yeah, the Craftsman is just abundant, ease of access. As far as pricing is concerned, pretty damn competitive. And most of their tools, including ratchets and stuff like that, have limited lifetime warranties. I mean, why not? Why not? Plus, they build really nice stuff. I mean, whatever you want, Craftsman's made it. And I have a Craftsman lawnmower, and that thing's treated me very well. I bought it brand new 5 years ago, and I only have done oil changes, and I have cleaned out the carburetor. And oil change, carburetor clean, and blades. There we go. Blade exchange. I did have to replace the belt, the actual blade belt, because I accidentally hit a tree log that was hiding in the tall grass where I was mowing, and I hit the damn thing, and then of course it stopped the blades, of which then snapped the belt. So it wasn't even anything on the fault of Craftsman. It was my dumb ass for running over a log. Happens. So yes, and now this Digimon, so we had Teppanmon, Kuparamon, and now we have Kamimon. And as I've been talking about Craftsman, of course, I've been looking this over and over and over, just seeing if I want to change anything. And to be honest with you, there really isn't much to change here. I think this is a pretty damn good Digimon design. What's really going to sell it, of course, is the eyes. And from what I am looking at here, as far as research is concerned, so long as... Because as far as Kamimon is concerned, the eyes are essentially just a solid eyeball. So it would be more like Agumon's eye. Agumon. Or Birdramon or whatever. Or I guess no, it's Biyumon. Biyumon. But as you see the common theme here with Digimon eyes, it's a hand-drawn... They hand-draw the shine. Some of them are anyways. Some of them are not a hand-drawn shine mark. So it is interesting to see the differences that we see hand-drawn, and then we see this one's what is this one? I can't remember what this Digimon's name is, but this one they simply used a small airbrush for the shine marks. So you can do that too. But as you can tell, there is one dark shade at the top, a light shade on the bottom, or the base color, I would say. The base color of the eye is on the bottom. And that's pretty much it. So long as I get that, we're done. Like, we don't have anything to worry about. And away we go. But yeah, I think this is a very unique rookie Digimon. Again, trying not to go too complex, but I also have to take into consideration most of these rookies don't even really have clothes or anything like that. And so, but as with Teppanmon and Kuparamon, obviously this metal sheet kind of is the thing where, like, that's what's evolving with this Digimon. granted, this is going to kind of, well, it's not really actually going to disappear at all. It just, the metal parts just keep adding and adding and adding on to this particular Digimon. And so now we see that evolution here where now they have the metal gauntlet kind of thing going on here, of which I still have to kind of figure this out a little bit more, because this is like not so much on top of the arm as it is supposed to be the arm in a way. I just don't quite know, because I'm thinking about like, okay, well, maybe I made it like a handle and like the Digimon's holding on to it. Something like that. It's a possibility. There could also just be a fairly large metal plate that just goes around. That would be something that could work. That looks pretty good. Yeah, we could do like a plate like that. It just wraps around the arm. Let's see here. Like I said, I'm extremely tired, so don't mind me. Let's take a look at the Digi research, because I don't know if this Machine Dramon has the thing that I'm looking for, which is the like a band of some sort, a metal band, a metal bracelet. Maybe this one does. Not really. Not really. And this is actually kind of like the inspiration. So this is a rookie Digimon. Fairly new, I think, as far as the series is concerned. And I'm using it as the example for shading and coloring. Seeing these like different colors being blended together. And ideas of like very basic clothing and fur designs, stuff like that. And that's going to be incorporated with Kamimon as well. I don't even know what Digimon this is. But yeah, I really like this whole thing here. It's very like Sonic the Hedgehog kind of deal, but like I could see this in the Sonic universe, but I really like the eyes, how sharp they are. And that's kind of like what I wanted here too. I wanted something a little sharp. But yeah, as far as clothing is concerned, yeah, it's complex but simple. Simply complex. But since we're focusing on this weapon system here, this is what I'm mostly interested in. So the question is, now if I knew my Digimon really well, I'd be like, oh, I just need to look at this Digimon. I just don't know what to really type in. That probably would give me might give me a bad image, but we're gonna look it up. That doesn't have anything that I want. Okay. I'm gonna type in Digimon with armor. Let's see if that pops up anything that's like how they would make a armband or something like that. Oh, I remember those Digimon. Huh. Really trying to... Oops. Yeah, I think... It needs to be angled a little bit more. That's about right. and we'll decide on semantics later. And then as far as this is concerned, since it does kind of bulge out, that means we have to put something. So if this is directly dead center on there, that means this line, that'd probably be right about there. So that means this strap should probably be right there. And of course the blade is going to block most of that. And then we can come over on this side and just kind of just do something like that. There you go. Adding small greeblies like this onto your designs or something that's absolutely something that just adds that little extra flavor. And as far as the hand is concerned, I don't know. I think that's fine. We don't really need a whole lot of representation. Now this arm here, I think we might need to, yeah, I think we need to make it a little skinnier. Which, in saying that, maybe this makes more sense. Hmm. And it doesn't, and this is something else too, don't beat yourself up about it, right? Which is, if it doesn't quite 100% make sense, it usually doesn't have to. The message just has to be loud and clear, like, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to achieve here. And overall, I mean, when someone zooms out like this, what are you going to notice about it? I mean, the only thing is anybody who views this, you know, they will see the mistakes and stuff. But when we zoom out and we post this final picture, so to speak, after it's colored and everything too, these small inconsistencies will mean nothing. And we see this in Digimon a lot too. It doesn't matter what anime it is, really. We'll see inconsistencies that either do or do not make sense. Erase all that. Again, this actual blade is not going to have any line art with it because it's going to be an energy blade. And so essentially what we'll do here, just to give you the example, is we're going to draw it out like this, and it's going to be starting out like something like that. So there's not going to be any line art with it. I don't think. That's a good question. I don't know if any Digimon actually have a pure energy sword or energy weapon, which would be interesting if that has not happened. It's gotta have happened, right? Digimon with, let's see, Digimon with energy sword? Energy sword. Is there, from what I see, pretty much it's just a normal sword. And then there's just, of course, energy that goes through it, and so you still see the core of the sword. Okay. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of yeah, so I'm sure there is an energy sword that a Digimon uses, but unfortunately for this, not so much. But that's what's going to happen with this. The only question is, do I want to make the metal parts thicker? And the reason why is because I think, as far as thickness is concerned, when it comes to, well, this is a rookie, so we have to take that into consideration. Those are arms. So I mean, these really don't count because it's not an armor piece. I need to look at a Digimon that has an armor piece and see how thick it is. I would say they're not all that thick. I see plenty of Digimon, of course, with armor, and no, I wouldn't say that there's too much thickness involved with the armor. So this might be appropriate. You might think, well, how does that make sense? There's Digimon that have hellacious armor. It's the size of the armor is what you're seeing. You're not seeing the thickness of the armor. There's definitely a difference there. Thickness and size are much different. But yes, as far as the thickness is concerned, we pretty much are on point. Good stuff. All right. I guess all there is left to do is just go ahead and do final line art. And the thing about that is I wanted to try like actual like mechanical pencil line art at some point in time. I don't know how that would actually like end up. I know that seems to be a popular thing for people to do because you get this real true like hand sketched thing going on. If I can get my curvatures right. There we go. Sheesh. Sheesh. Yeah, that's the right curve for that. That'll take a few tries right there to get that right. But yeah, I see the appeal of doing just a pencil, quote unquote pencil, of course. This is just how it fills in everything. Definitely behaves much differently than a pen. Tell you, domes are hard to achieve, especially if you want to do it all in one shot. You might want to do it this way. Seems all right. But, you know, that's how a lot of Digimon are. They're very hand-drawn, so I think if I were to look at like newer, like this would be more of an old school way to make Digimon.
Most people don't know that you can get a domain from Squarespace, not just a website. But you're
Not just a website. Not just a website. Oh no, it's not just a website. Yeah, I was just looking at some older Digimon art, and I mean, you know, obviously we can look at this too. You know, we can see kind of these rough edges on these Digimon, and then of course the new ones definitely use penmanship, in my personal opinion. Looks like it's penmanship. Doesn't have much variation in the lines either. I think there was actually a... Yeah. This is allegedly these ones here that I'm looking at. They're like actually like anime manga type pens. These are definitely obviously custom pens. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I feel like I need it to be a little darker. Well, hardness is already all the way up, so. Oh wait, never mind. Hold on. Opacity, brush size. Yeah, I guess that's it. But yeah, we'll just always use what I know best. Mapping pen. Love the mapping pen. It's almost the right curve. Too egg-shaped. That might work. Put that brush size down just a scotch. There we be. It's not too shabby. That'll work. And as far as line art is concerned, you always want to try and keep one subject matter at a time. Now, granted, this isn't really part of the armor per se. But this is supposed to be the cheek. And then the armor piece goes over top. Rotate. Rotate. Press the wrong button on that. And as you notice, of course, you know, I am going past my lines. And you probably ask yourself, well, why do you do that? Well, the answer to me is very simple. Because when I erase these lines and butt them up to each other, they make a nice wispy angle. Nice and wispy. We like wispy. And you can learn how to do this, of course, in my art lesson, which is the best line art lesson, how to upgrade your line art. Because some people would say, oh, you used a straight line tool. Nope, I did not use a straight line tool. I just drew past my line, and it also still has some variation in it, which gives it liveliness and all that. But I draw past the lines. Always draw past your lines and then erase. Now granted, this is just coming from me. I say to always do it, but someone else might not do that. Is this more tedious? Yes. But it's fun, in my personal opinion. In my personal opinion. Just giving the armor some depth. Again, we want to try and get some armor thickness. Then we're going to do the flip test. Flip, 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 flip. Look at that, I'm an animator. I think that looks alright. So that essentially is a helmet, so I'm actually going to leave that alone. Go to the next line art. Let's do the ears. That seems like fun. Look on that real quick. Yep, and then as you see here, like I obviously will pretend that I'm butting up against a line from my draft, and what that'll do is it just sets me up to make sure that I don't have to do much else work when I go through there, and that I when I do my line art as the example. So I use the straight up line tool. I can line it up with that line and be like, okay, there we go, kind of deal. So there's the trick to that. If you want to be a little bit more precise, that way your lines will always connect. But again, always go over your lines. As far as go over top of them, go past the line so that way you can connect them manually yourself. Connect them manually. And then again, people will accuse you of using straight line tool, and you can laugh at them and say, I didn't use any straight line tools. They're like, preposterous, how could you draw such a straight line? It's because you can. You absolutely can draw a straight line. Everyone can draw straight lines. You just butt that up right up against that other line, and then sometimes I'll like cut it, right? I'll cut it where I would think I want that point to be, and then I'll erase upwards, and then that will create a really nice sharp point, and it looks really good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. And so like with this one right here, I start past the line, right? I make like an X, like pretend I'm making an X. Go past that line and then just go straight down. Boop, and just keep going. Don't stop. Just, I mean, eventually stop, but just keep going. Keep going. Give yourself plenty of line work, because maybe as you come over here, you're like, you know what? Maybe I want that thicker. And so then you go towards that. And then as you see here, now you don't have to redo your line art again. You just use that extra line art as a potential for something. Maybe you want to change your design up a little bit, but I'm usually pretty solid with my like final drafts, my rough drafts and stuff. I'm pretty solid. Doesn't mean I don't change things, of course, but I do. I change things. But with this one, I think I'm pretty satisfied. But again, like I said, this whole erase thing is tedious. It is tedious, but I find joy in it. And that's the thing, too, with art, is that you have to find that joy of what do you do with your artwork that creates joy. And some people, it's like, oh, I just want the fastest and easiest thing, because I'll show you the other, the other thing that you can do, right? That would be, quote unquote, a lot easier, would be a polyline. So let's try to recreate my ear. Boop, 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 boop. I mean, there you go. Like, there's a much easier way to do stuff. But again, there's this. This is my personal opinion. There's just so much more soul.
Not really allowed for
fucking ads.
For me. I had a bunch
Back in
of
ads.
and they transferred over, and because we can accelerate, I finished very quickly. With WGU, you can start whenever.
Learn more today.
Okay. As I was saying, to me, I'm putting my skills. I'm putting my skill into this. And so when you see the final product, it's not really made with every tool has its place. And so when I say this, take it with a grain of salt. But I'm not using a cheesing method. I'm not cheesing my art by using the tools at my disposal that would create my, make my life easier, right? I'm not doing that. Could I do it and should I do it? Maybe, but again, do I get any joy out of that? No, I don't. I don't get joy out of that. I get true accomplishment and joy out of showing people that I hand drew every bit of this. This is not, there's no tools being used in this at all. And granted, I haven't had anybody actually really like say anything to me, right? But I feel like some people might think that. I don't know. I haven't had any conversations with people too much on my own artwork and asking, you know, do I use line art tools or something like that? And the answer, of course, would be no. I don't. I do not. And I also will say this, I don't typically do this much intersections with lines. The reason why I am really doing it is because we're working with such a large object. Like, these ears are pretty big. And so if we're dealing with like hair and stuff, like as the example, like if I want to make like hair, right, something like this or whatever. As you see, I don't really like intersect the lines too much because it's much smaller and the things. So when I'm making hair or certain other things that are smaller or thinner, I don't intersect like this very often. Oh my god, kitty. What are you doing, bro? Holy shit. Fucking cat's going crazy. Yeah. My dog huffed like... yeah, the cat went crazy, bro. It's a pretty good point. I like good points. I think everyone respects a good point. Absolutely. I am a sucker for good points. Yeah. I think it trips people up so much when if anyone ever wanted to guess if I used line tools, drawing straight lines and stuff, and if I were to tell them no, I hand drew it all, I feel like it would trip them out. I'd be like, nah, you lie. No, I don't lie. No lies here, all honesty. I knew that was going to happen. It's fine. I really want to play the new Digimon game too. I played the demo, and I really like the demo. Oh my god. Like, talking about Digimon, of course. The new Digimon game, I'm about ready to switch over to Digimon again. Like, again, say this. I've always been a fan of Digimon, but it's kind of eluded me a little bit. I need to go and see if they have the Digimon seasons on Crunchyroll and get myself back up to speed. Because, I mean, Digimon is stepping up. Because if Pokemon is going to be doing the thing that it's doing, which is absolutely fucking falling flat on their face and failing with everything that they do, Digimon's going to come back up. And Digimon is absolutely going to surpass Pokemon, in my personal opinion. And you truly will have a different type of crowd. And Pokemon will truly be like the children's game that it was meant to be. And then Digimon is going to be like that teenager, maybe even, you know, adult monster collecting adventure in a way. I know you don't really collect monsters in Digimon, but the games you do. So, yeah. Now as far as the ear details, they're going to be pretty much colored. They're not going to really have line art with them per se. So, just to double check though, I don't think any of the Digimon have line art for colors on their body. Maybe Guilmon does? Not seeing it. Not seeing it. No, I don't think, no, well, I really need to see some official art. So, Digimon, how the hell do you spell Guilmon? Guilmon, here we go. That's the, is this the official art? Official art. Okay. So if this, let me go ahead and print screen this, because we must analyze, must research and analyze. Well, I guess I could have just looked at this reference. Haha, silly me, silly me. So it does look like if you, we got a little bit of both, right? So we clearly have line art for these colors that are actually on the fur itself, and then we have a gradient color for, you know, for fur too. So essentially the world is my oyster. I can do whatever I want. Cool, I like it. That being said, let's go ahead and do line art. Let's do it, baby. Now the question is, do I want to do something funky? Like, well, these are pretty straight. Yeah, there's jaggedness to it, of course. Trying to think. It may look funky, but once we start cleaning it up, it might not. We'll see how that looks. I don't know. Nah. Kind of like the more simplistic thing. Yeah, they're the same length. Okay. I was seeing about like the outside line art versus the inside line art, and it's pretty darn close to the same thickness. It's a little smaller, but not by much.
Build a website you love with Wix.
Darn ads, how dare you grace your presence upon my screen. Decisions, decisions, decisions. I'm gonna draw the opposite ear in the style that I initially wanted to do it in. Sometimes your original idea is the best idea. Some of my favorite songs by Panda Beats. I'm probably going to use this song for the like official reveal of this Digimon. Especially with the champion level. The champion level is going to be difficult. I mean, all of them from here on out is going to be difficult. Like, this is not... Digimon 4 just has the most painful anatomy out there. Now the decision is, what do I like the most? I could say, well, why don't you just use them both like that? I mean, I could. I'm torn. If I'm gonna be honest, I like the top. I like this one. I like this one the best. But having them asymmetrical is also not bad either. It's definitely an interesting characteristic of this particular Digimon if I kept it that way, so sure, I mean, why not? Sometimes asymmetry is nice to have. Sometimes people are focused too much on, oh, it's got to be the same either way. Because if we look at this guy, you know, his forehead is symmetrical as far as those lines are concerned. These, however, on his arms are not symmetrical. They're not even pointing in the same direction as far as the indent is concerned. They're going the same direction, so this would need to be flipped the other way if it were to try and stay with that, I believe. Yes, that'd be correct. That'd be correct. So this is kind of asymmetrical in some way. The other thing too is this incredible like line art too that I see, which is this gnarly just line. I mean, that's how you create it, right? So finding a way to incorporate that line would be something that I would want to try and look into. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I do like the fact that Digimon has never really strayed away from that kind of penmanship. On the metal stuff like this, they stray away from it, but like even this in training, they didn't do it with Vmon, but this Vmon here is actually from the anime. Like that's a snippet from the anime. This is the illustration version of Demi Vmon, and so you see that penmanship there as well. Yeah, and then of course they really like using pure black to just make it, I guess, I don't really know what the word is, but just add some crazy contrast and depth, which of course we're gonna have to put that in here. The in training ones like this, you don't really need that with making pure black spots. I did a few little spots here, but not anything like what we see with rookies on up.
An incredible world. Huge ice blocks begin freezing in June, and in September, 2 million.
All right. So that essentially does the ears. Let's do the spikes next. this I will use an actual straight line tool. And it's just because it's just that much easier. I still go over top of them though. I still do my intersections and then manually erase. When the demand for absolute perfect straight lines presents itself, yes, use the line tool. Now this here, you could use a curve tool, but I should be able to accomplish what I want. I'll figure out how deep of a curve I need. Well, there seems about right, so just a little bit above. Do I have, is there a horn on any of these? Well, there's that lightning bolt tuft of hair, but that's not really it. I was just trying to see what they would do with horns. Might have to look at some other Digimon. Or, well, spikes would be better. Hello, kitty. All right. Next. We'll do this mouth. Trying to think of who has a mouth kind of like this. Who would have a mouth like this? That's always a good question. Who has a mouth like this? Maybe this is just a unique one. That's a pretty decent mouth. Alright, as far as pupils go, definitely circular. Faux show. Faux show. Circular. So... Ah. Keep clicking the wrong thing. Well, no, yeah, I guess it could be ovular too.
As an owner of Walton Goggins goggle glasses, I know how to make slick-looking goggle/glasses. But I have no idea how to make slick social media-styled stuff to sell it. But GoDaddy Aero uses AI not only to create social content out of thin air, it can build a whole social media calendar just for my business. So all I had to do was upload a video of me and my pretty face and...
Voila. Voila. Yeah, this is too thick. Thick boy. And then as far as the shine is concerned, obviously, it does stop at the eyeliner. Does not go past it. Yeah. But since the helmet is kind of blocking all that, we don't really have to worry about it too much. And then it's at an angle. The secondary, I was just making sure, like, this Agumon seems to be up and down, but the rest of them seem to have a little bit of an angle to it. And do they connect? Yes, they do overlap. They either touch or overlap the pupil. Let's try a touch first. And then now an overlap. I think I like the smaller overlap better. We just need to finish connecting these lines.
It used to take 5 apps and 3 timeouts to find the game. Now there's no more searching. Fire TV does the work. More time for you time.
More time for you time, baby.
Sun and get to work. Here,
Get your ass to work, bitch. Get your ass to work. I'm also going to finish up the chin on this level. Maybe I'll get it right. That's better. And the other thing too, the other challenge is, you know, Digimon are typically in their rookie form for most of the series, if not all of the series as far as that's concerned, because clearly they are, but it's, you know, that's like the main character, right, is this rookie form. And so that's why I really want to emphasize and do a good job with it, because I want this particular Digimon to be something that people would actually think would be cool, right? Like, I'm not trying to achieve Vmon or Agumon status or anything like that, but definitely a Digimon that if it was introduced into the cartoon series, I think people would be like, that's pretty cool. And this might be like more, this is more of definitely an antagonist Digimon too, kind of like how Gatomon was when she was first debuted. She was like this, I wouldn't say evil, but definitely dark-souled Digimon, or dark-like Digimon. And then after she found her Digi-destined, then that's when she turned into Angel Woman. So, tell me how a cat turns into an angel. But yeah, definitely a little bit of an antagonist, especially being a virus type. That's what this is a virus type. Virus. If you couldn't possibly see how this was a virus type Digimon, then there you go. Always section off your line art stuff. So at this point, the whole damn thing, make it black. Alright, let's work on these armor parts next, because these are pretty intricate. we're going to use some perspective here. So
I ordered 200 hand-forged knives to my dorm room and built a Wix website to sell them. I'm Noah Rosen, founder and owner of Forged to Table Knives. Starting as a dishwasher and working
and this might also be a multi-layered final line art too, where I'm making my, you know, like I said, I don't adjust things very often, but this might be something that I adjust. And the reason being is because I'm trying to do something cool, and I just don't know if I can achieve it or not. I think this has to have much more aggressive. Much more aggressive. Ideas. I think I need to look at Omnimon for inspiration. Oh no, Imperial Dramon. Maybe. Maybe. And definitely much harder than what it looks to come up with something that makes sense. Like we're getting closer. Let's go ahead and sketch this out. Yeah. Because the angle that I have this at
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With this free satellite Earth Maps
Home
tool,
from
you can
space.
zoom right down to your exact address in just
Space.
seconds.
The
Imagine
final
pulling up your
frontier.
neighborhood, spotting your roof.
Just brainstorming. All right. I want complete focus on this. Because I'm still not sure if I'm going to be completely realizing what I want. Oh my god. Oh my god. So let's refine this with a darker... before we go 100%. 100. Pretty damn good point. I don't draw points that great that often, but when I do, they are pointy.
It was 20 years in the making, but I did it. Purdue Global makes it to where you can achieve it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Start your comeback today at purdueglobal.edu. This is where
What's up, yokai? Ooh, drew my own Digimon plus evolutions really based off the, is that Cleone? Ah, I see. I see. I typed it in because I wanted to see. So, okay. That's pretty cool. I think I actually seen this animal in another anime at some point in time. But yeah. But welcome in, yokai. It's a pleasure to have you here. Yeah, creating Digimon. Definitely not the easiest thing in the book to do. As I am discovering. As I am discovering. That's quite alright. We like to learn new and different things every day. I have to rotate. Rotate! So if this is... just to... It needs to be shorter. That's better. Just trying to find the right angle for this. It's not right. I don't think I have anything with the type of
you the kind of person who knows things? Things like you can get a domain from Squarespace, not just a website? Well, now you are that person, because now you definitely know you can get a domain from Squarespace. Something like whisperingbloom.com.
Gotta love ads, baby. This might be an instance where simpler is easier. I'm trying to make things too complex. Alright, I like this design a little better. Okay. So. It's just a matter of sizing at this point in time. Because if we leave it this big, luckily, you know, the cracked smile is still there, but you lose that, like, you know, you lose the cat-like little thing going on there, unless we drop it down a little bit. It would still work, per se. Unless we put it right about there. Because then the blade would essentially come out like that-ish. Okay.
It all starts in January when
Oh my goodness, so many ads. It's probably because we're in the
huge ice blocks.
There. So we have choices. We'll make it a little bit smaller, fit down more towards the original plan. I mean, with Digimon, obviously, like, it's almost the bigger the better kind of deal. All right, let's work with that. Make this a little darker. We'll get rid of this. Special. Yeah. I mean, as far as the design, obviously it's just better design. But yeah, we'll just have to execute it. think that's on track. Let's get this erased a little bit before we move on. That didn't go up all the way, but that should be okay. We'll see. Trial and error, trial and error. Not sure quite yet. Mic bump. Mic bump.
It used to take 5 apps and 3 timeouts to find the game. Now there's no more searching. Fire TV does the work. More time for you time.
So many decisions. It's an interesting design for sure. It's just a matter of, is it what I really want? Is we can do a face like this, or do a face like that, or a face like that, or no face at all. I definitely need to put that back there, though. There we go. Decisions. Now, also, in considering that, we could... And then... It's okay, but... Louvers. Yes, louvers. No, I man, it's so hard because you want to make it more complex because you're like, oh man, yeah, if I just put this detail in there, that'd be so cool. And then you just realize that's just too much. Like, this is just a rookie. Rookies do not have this intricate type of armor. So I think simple stupid is what's going to have to come out here. I think this is it. Now, I don't know about this line here. Maybe we can erase this and see what comes of that. Let's go ahead and get the distractions out real quick. I mean, it just looks a little bare. Now that's a cool idea. Maybe a little bit of actual, like, you know, detailing. Just to add something, but unfortunately,
we do not. Whoops! I have no idea what these buttons do.
I've never driven a stick in my life. Got my hardest roll yet.
Small business owner.
So much ad action. That might be something. Well, again, if we're looking at, what was it? All the designs have line art. So don't think we need to do it that thick. Just getting that right curve. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. That'll work. Okay. So we got some erasing to do. I do like that with this size. I did save most of the mouth. That was something I wanted to try and save. Whew, that was some effort. Faux show. I mean, developing your own armor pieces, that's the trick. Oh man, I think that's one of the hardest things for an artist to do, is to develop an armor piece. Not even a question. Ugh. All right, well, it is 6 o'clock. It's almost my bedtime. I know, crazy to say that, but I wake up at 3 a.m. so to go to work. So therefore, I gotta do bed stuffs early. Again, I apologize for my sleepiness. It's winding down at the end of the day. I'm just tired, and it is what it is. I'm obviously going to continue to work on this, but as far as the stream is concerned, I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. So thank you for coming on in, Yokai. Really do appreciate you coming on in. And anybody who views this on YouTube later, appreciate you. And to all my subscribers, continuing to grow, and that's fantastic. With that being said, this is your host Zipsaw with Zipsaw's Art, and you have yourself a good rest of your day. Toodles.